I spent years adding things, trying to fix things, trying to do better. But guess what? Nothing really changed until I started subtracting, I stopped doing certain things, and I started letting things go. I grew up in an environment that shaped me in a way that I didn't fully understand until I was older. And the healing didn't come from doing more. It came from stopping patterns I had no idea I was carrying. Now, here's what I stopped and what really changed. I grew up having to be quiet, not to cause any problem, to take up as little space as possible, emotional, physical, and just in general. And I carried that into adulthood without even questioning it. I will sit at the back, I will agree, even though deep down I disagreed. I'd rather go invincible when I felt uncomfortable rather than speaking up. And as I grew up, I realized that this wasn't me. And stopping this didn't mean that I became loud. It just meant letting myself fully exist without any apology. That was everything. When you grew up in a really tense household, you become very good at reading the room. Whenever you walk into a place, you can feel, you can sense, you can read the emotions, you can feel the mood shift without anyone even uttering a word. And then your body just goes into full fix-it mode. Your brain just totally adjusts. Then I started doing this everywhere I go. I started doing it with my friends, with my colleagues, and even with strangers. Whenever I get into somewhere and something feels off, someone feels off, I just totally assume that it's all my fault, even though I have no idea what's happening. Then I start to try to manage it. I wanted to make peace just to make sure that everybody is happy. But guys, guess what? The moment I realized this and I stopped doing this, it was one of the most freeing things I have ever done. So I was never really taught to speak up. I just absorbed things and let them go. I thought that was being matured. I thought I was being the bigger person. But at some point, I realized that there's a difference between peace or choosing peace and swallowing pain. So I started being honest. When things didn't sit well with me, when things bothered me, I'll just go to you and explain to you. We'll talk, have an honest conversation. I won't say it in an angry way, and I won't say it like I was fighting or like I'm fighting with you. And I'll just let you know that I didn't feel good about this thing that happened or this thing that you did. And I realized that after speaking up, nothing broke, nothing happened. If there was anything that happened, we just became closer. Like I just became closer with that person. For many years, I genuinely did not know what I liked, what music I liked or I enjoyed listening to, what kind of people I wanted around me, what made me laugh when I was alone, just because I had been so focused on what the room needed, so focused on making sure people agreed or aligned or were happy with me, so focused on being a yes woman. And then slowly, even though at times it could be awkward, I started finding out. It now felt like meeting someone I had been looking for years, for a very, very long time. Now, this is the big one. When you get treated in a certain way for way too long enough, a part of you just start to think or believe that that's just what you are worth. And to me, I didn't even realize that I believed that. Believing that that's just what I was worth. It was just in the background, shaping every decision I made. But the moment I separated what happened to me from what I deserved, things genuinely started to shift. Things started to change. And that belief that you're worth nothing or you're worth little and you're not supposed to occupy space is a big lie. And it's never your responsibility to carry. I'm not fully there yet, and nobody is, because nobody is perfect. But I am so much better than I was previously. So if you grew up feeling like you had to earn your place in a room, I hope something in this video helped you. Tell me in the comments which of the things I've talked about hits home, and subscribe to my channel if you want to come on this journey with me. Bye. See you in my next video. Remain blessed.